Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, a suspect has been charged over the deadly car ramming incident at Lapu Festival in Vancouver, Canada. Local absentee voting for next month's elections begins. Multi-awarded filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola bags a well-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award. And Silylvanas makes it yet again to a list of the world's best cookies. We begin with tragedy at the Filipino community's Lapu Festival in Vancouver. At least 11 people were killed when a man rammed an SUV through the event Saturday night. Dozens of others were injured. Police say the fatalities were aged between 5 and 65. An eyewitness described the moment of the attack.
Right there, some car, some Audi, black Audi, he just stopped or whatever. I don't know, but from over there, from the start right there, he just pushed the gas all the way through the whole block right there, crashing into everyone in his way.
Can you describe a little bit what you saw?
I heard a bunch of crashing and stuff. Then I walked down not even half the block. I just saw a bunch of bodies and everything, and I just went back.
A 30-year-old suspect identified as Kaiji Adam was arrested on the scene. He has been charged with second-degree murder. Police say he has a history of mental health issues.
I can also say with confidence that we do not believe this was an act of terrorism, nor do we believe there are any ongoing threats to our community. More than 100 police officers, Vancouver police officers, are currently working on this case, and we will continue to dedicate every available resource at our disposal to complete this investigation and to provide the answers everybody wants.
Canadian officials show solidarity with the Filipino community following the attack. The mayor of Vancouver condemned what he says is the darkest day in the city.
To the Filipino community and the family members of the victims, we see you, we love you, and we grieve with you. Let me just tell you, their strength, even through this unimaginable pain, exemplifies Vancouver's resiliency. Like all of you, I'm completely heartbroken. I'm shocked, and I'm angry.
This attack will not stop us from gathering and celebrating the cultures, celebrating the people of Vancouver or British Columbia. The Filipino community in particular will come out stronger. We'll work with the city, we'll work with police to ensure that events have the systems in place to keep people safe while they're celebrating.
Prime Minister Mark Carney also expressed his deepest condolences.
Those families are living every family's nightmare. And to them and to the many others who were injured, to the Filipino-Canadian community, and to everyone in the broader Lower Mainland, Vancouver, I would like to offer my deepest condolences and my wishes for strength and compassion in this tragic time. I know that I join all Canadians in mourning with you. I know that Canadians are united with you.
King Charles also lamented what he calls an utterly tragic loss of life. He adds his heart and prayers go out to the victims of such desperate tragedy. The lives lost will not be forgotten. That assertion from President Bongbong Marcos following what he describes as an unspeakable tragedy. He says the government will do everything it can to bring comfort, help, and to honor the victims' memory with action. He notes they have given specific instructions to Philippine diplomats and staff in Vancouver to send assistance and coordinate with Canadian authorities. Meanwhile, Philam rapper Apple Diap, who headlined the festival concert, says he is heartbroken for the victims. He also posted support hotlines for witnesses and called for blood donations for injured victims. In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump disappointed that Russia continues to attack Ukraine despite his efforts to broker a peace deal. Trump has criticized his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, stressing there's no reason for Moscow to fire missiles into civilian areas. Over the weekend, Trump met with Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky in Rome, where they attended the funeral of the late Pope Francis.
It was a nice meeting. It was a beautiful meeting. I tell you, it's the nicest office I've ever seen. It was a beautiful scene. But he was very, look, he wants to do something good for his country. Thinks he's doing a good job, and he's working hard. We'll see what happens. It's a very complicated deal.
Your relationship with President Zelensky better now than things were in the Oval Office?
It was never bad. We had a little dispute because I disagreed with something he said, and the cameras were rolling, and that was okay with me. But we had a dispute. But look, he's in a tough situation, a very tough situation.
Trump's top diplomat now says the U.S. might walk away from the peace efforts if it does not see progress. The three-day local absentee voting kicks off 2 weeks before the midterm elections. For more on this, Joash Malimban joins us live from the COMELEC headquarters in Intramuros, Manila. Joash, go ahead.
Mai, as early as 8 a.m. today, COMELEC have already started to cast their votes as local absentee voters here at the COMELEC office in Intramuros, Manila. Local absentee voters include government employees, uniformed personnel from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Philippine National Police, Philippine Coast Guard, and Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, as well as media workers. These are individuals who have official duties on Election Day, May 12. For the first time in history, this year's local absentee voting is automated. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia says they aim to make the process more efficient this year. Last elections, the local absentee voting recorded an 88% turnout. Garcia says they hope to increase this number by making the system faster and easier. According to COMELEC, over 57,000 local absentee voters are expected to cast their votes this year. Garcia stresses that every vote matters, citing an incident in the past elections where a margin of just 10,000 votes made a crucial difference. Local absentee voting will run until April 30. However, the canvassing of the votes will still be held on May 12 in line with the national and local elections. Mai.
Joash, is the local absentee voting happening only at the COMELEC, or are there other designated offices too?
Mai, there are other designated offices for local absentee voting. In fact, PNP Chief Romel Marbil earlier filed or casted his vote at Camp Crame. The COMELEC media will also head to San Juan later to cast their votes as local absentee voters. If you're a local absentee voter and you're still unsure as to where you are designated, you must coordinate with your local COMELEC offices. Mai.
Thank you, Joash Malimban, reporting to us live from the COMELEC office in Manila. 2 new U.S. military assets capable of shooting down drones are being used in the ongoing Balikatan exercises for the first time. The latest in the drills from Francis Falve.
The United States Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, or Nemesis, is now positioned in the country for the ongoing Balikatan 40-2025. The Nemesis has been deployed to Batanes and will be used for maritime key terrain security operations training. It is a land-based missile system designed to target and combat hostile naval forces, strengthen maritime domain awareness, and enhance the country's position in protecting its maritime areas.
That is the uniqueness of the weapon system, and it's part of our formation, and it's part of training with our brothers and sisters in the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
It's more of the exercises being conducted for the Armed Forces of the Philippines to really be familiarized with the advanced weapon system, like the Nemesis is for a direct action. So basically, there will be no live fire as of the moment.
The High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, or HIMARS, was also used in earlier Balikatan exercises.
Launch the missile. Aye, aye, sir. Launch the missile.
A live fire demonstration of the non-line-of-sight missile system was successfully conducted aboard the BRP Albert Mangini of Maribeles, Bataan. There was also a multilateral maritime event involving troops from the AFP, PCG, U.S. Armed Forces, and Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force in the waters of Zambales. Troops trained and showcased coordinated ship maneuvers, formation sailing, and underway replenishment, demonstrating a high level of interoperability among the forces participating in the exercise. In San Antonio, Zambales, the target for the U.S. missile system was drones, marking the first time it was used in a Balikatan exercise. Included was the compact missile system called Avenger, which can be easily loaded onto a military vehicle and can also be deployed via parachute. Another powerful tool for coastal defense is the Maritime Air Defense Integrated System, or MADIS. 6 MADIS units were used in the exercise.
It is here to enhance coastal defense, and it is very mobile, so we can put it in different places. As you'll see today, we have a beach setting, and that's where it will be firing from. So you can assume, based off of the ability to, move the weapon system around, it can deploy to multiple places.
The integrated air and missile defense demonstration is just part of the Balikatan exercises this year, utilizing new military assets from the United States, such as the MADIS and the Avenger. Francis Polbe, Billionario News Channel.
PBOX raises the alert status of Bulan Volcano to alert level 1. This following a nearly 30-minute phreatic eruption this morning. PBOX says the event produced a bent plume that rose 4,500 meters above the crater. Ashfall was reported in several barangays in Sorsogon province. Alert level 1 means the volcano is in a state of low-level unrest and more phreatic eruptions are possible. Entry into the 4-kilometer radius permanent danger zone is prohibited. We're taking a break. Still to come, film legend Francis Ford Coppola is honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. That and more when Newsfeed at Noon returns. You're still watching Newsfeed at Noon. Sad news in entertainment. The drag community mourns the loss of drag artist Jiggly Caliente, who passed away Sunday. She was 44. Caliente died just days after her leg was amputated due to severe infection. Jiggly's family earlier said she will not appear in the upcoming season of Drag Race Philippines amid a serious health setback. Jiggly was one of the trailblazers who introduced Filipino drag excellence to the international stage. She competed in Season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race and Season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. She was among the judges in the show's local franchise. Ryan Coogler's horror film Sinners tops the U.S. box office for a second week. The vampire thriller stars Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and Delroy Lindo. It scored a near-perfect 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, outperforming a Minecraft movie, The Amateur, and Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Coogler was known for directing the 2015 American sports drama Creed and the Marvel Comics movie series Black Panther. Iconic filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola is honored with a well-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award by the American Film Institute. Fellow filmmaking legends like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas attended the ceremony at Hollywood's Dolby Theater. Coppola is renowned for directing classics like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. He is a 6-time Academy Award winner and was praised as a dreamer, a pioneer, and a maverick.
If you go to Mount Olympus and you have all these great directors, and we know, everybody has their 100 gods that are in that pantheon. I always see Francis as like Zeus, because it's not only his work as a director, but there is a professorial quality about him and a mentor quality about him and a philosophical quality about who he is as a person and as a filmmaker. So I always see him that way.
Coppola asserts there is no art without adventure.
Because how can you venture to pull something off unless you do something that's ambitious and maybe just a little beyond your ability? I have made wonderful children, grandchildren, who are wonderful filmmakers and artists, so that's my greatest achievement.
In sports now, the NU Lady Bulldogs complete a great escape to wrap the elimination round of the women's volleyball tournament in UAAP season 87. The champs edged out the UST Golden Tigresses in 5 nerve-wracking sets at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. This marks NU's 5th straight win against UST since dating back from last season. Queen Bulldog Bella Belen showcased her brilliance with a huge triple-double of 26 points, 17 digs, and 13 receptions. NU finished the elimination round on top with a record of 12 wins and 2 losses. The champs enjoy a twice-to-beat incentive over 4th-seeded FEU Lady Tamaraos in the semifinals. Meantime, UST and the De La Salle Lady Spikers will battle for the 2nd seed and the twice-to-beat edge Wednesday at the Mall of Asia Arena. A solid connection for the Converge Fiber Xers in the PBA Philippine Cup. They escaped a tough game against the TNT Tropang 5G at the Enara Center in Antipolo. Final score 100-94. It was the Justin show for Converge, with Justin Arana leading the way with 22 points. Best player of the game, Justin Baltazar, had a double-double, 21 points and 12 rebounds. In the first game, the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters scored their 2nd straight win at the expense of the reigning Philippine Cup champs, the Meralco Bolts. Final score 126-112. Santi Santillan led ROs with 27 points, while Gian Mamuyak and Adrian Nokum combined for 48 markers. Gabe Norwood paced the E-Painters with 12 points and was named Best Player of the game. We're taking another break. Still ahead, our very own Silylvanas takes the sweet spot among the world's best cookies. Keep it here on Newsfeed at noon. You're back on Newsfeed at noon. College students are turning business dreams into reality. Joan Manalo tells us about a new show in UST that gives budding entrepreneurs the chance to pitch ideas to seasoned experts.
In a world where big business ideas often start small, a group of college students is proving that age is no barrier to ambition. At the University of Santo Tomas, a new reality business show is roaring to life, and it is called Roars to Riches. Produced by OHA Studios, a block of third-year AB communication students, Roars to Riches is more than just a class project. It is a 3-episode business show inspired by American TV show Shark Tank. giving aspiring Thomasian entrepreneurs called Cubs the chance to pitch their startup ideas to a panel of seasoned business experts known as the Tigers.
We came to a thinking na what if we create a show that talks about business, especially right now na business world is really like a trend, especially the young entrepreneurs nowadays po no, na sa 21st century na nagbo-boom na yung mga businesses natin.
Unlike typical business competitions, Roars to Riches doesn't just celebrate pitches. It spotlights mentorship, creativity, and collaboration.
We really wanted the students or the competitors to learn from this show and to really learn from seasoned professionals and to learn from them and to get experience from them because they are, they are students.
The show also pushes beyond entertainment. It is a crash course in critical thinking, business instinct, and negotiation, all played out in front of the cameras.
Pag sinabing business-related show, parang it's more of like tanungan lang. It's more of like parang the thoughts of marketing professionals, marketing professors towards the young entrepreneurs, but this show has something to do with mentorship on how they will navigate their business ideas to a real one.
And at its core, Roars to Riches ties into a bigger mission, empowering young people to become catalysts for sustainable innovation, inspired by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 9. With this, the team hopes to further expand the show to inspire more student entrepreneurs in the country.
We can really focus more on inviting more like professionals or international professionals, ganon, and we really can reach a wider audience. Kunwari, more student entrepreneurs sa ibang colleges, ganon. What if we can reach student entrepreneurs from more colleges or possibly more universities?
Running from April 28 to May 13 on UST Tiger TV's Facebook page, Roars to Riches isn't just a show. It is a launchpad for the next generation of business trailblazers. And it all started with a simple idea that young minds, when given a stage, can roar louder and reach higher than ever before. Joan Manalo, Billionario News Channel.
Universal Studios Hollywood unveils its newest attraction for film buffs. Universal FanFest Nights offers immersive spaces where visitors can explore the set of various films, including Back to the Future and Star Trek. Also featured are Dungeons & Dragons, One Piece, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Attendees can cosplay as well and try food and drinks inspired by popular films.
In total, it's taken 3 years to develop and conceive and design and produce FanFest Nights. And specific to the casting, it was amazing to see the amount of people that came out to audition for the roles of Universal FanFest Nights. And not only did they bring their best performance, but they brought passion for the genres as well, which was super exciting to see both in the casting and now every night during the event.
Among those who visited the site is Star Trek actor Will Wheaton.
We're not only celebrating Star Trek, we're not only celebrating D&D, we're only celebrating Back to the Future. This is about, hey fans, you love this stuff. This stuff we make that is a privilege to make, could we just give you something to say thank you for supporting it? That's what this is all about. I am so excited to see what other people experience when I stand off to the side of the bridge I grew up on and watch them walk around it for the first time.
Universal FanFest Nights is open on select nights until May 18. And before we go, the Filipino snack, Silylvanas, still among the world's 50 best cookies. The scrumptious delight from Dumaguete is ranked 29 on Taste Atlas's list with a 4-star rating. It was at 25th on last year's edition. Silylvanas is described on the website as a frozen cookie sandwiches or as frozen cookie sandwiches made with 2 wafers, a thick layer of buttercream, and the generous coating of cashew crumbs. Meanwhile, alfajores from Argentina was ranked as the world's best cookie with a 4.4-star rating. And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on the Billionario News Channel. Good afternoon.